I've been playing video games for most of my life.
I got one.
And something has attracted me to a specific style of game again and again. Video games have a unique ability to generate a narrative that the player is in total control of, or at least the player feels like they're in total control of. This kind of systems-driven storytelling is like a drug to me. It started off with Civilization 2 and was the beginning of a new addiction as I started playing the Age of Wonders and Heroes of Might and Magic franchises, and then eventually moved on to SimCity and Roller Coaster Tycoon. These games were amazing and made up most of my childhood. I love the narratives and the stories that I could build within my head that these games would convey. But all of this would come to a pinnacle when I would discover a game called Dwarf Fortress, and I kept coming back again and again. I never really learned it. Not until the late 2017s, early 2018 did I really pick the game up and actually get deep enough into it to understand its mechanics properly. In the early days, it was always download it, generate a world, get confused, Alt F4, and rinse and repeat 6 months later. And this is why I'm obsessed with Blaseball. Blaseball is a web-based sports betting simulator similar to that of Salty Bet. Well, like Dwarf Fortress, it ticks all of the right boxes in my brain. Blaseball is, at its core, just a set of numbers and variables running a digital sports betting simulator. You can bet points on your favorite team, go Moist Talkers, and purchase votes to change the rules at the end of each season. Games happen on the hour, and you can watch your games play out in real time. They usually take 15 to 35 minutes. Sometimes they go very long, and these are weird exceptions. But it's okay, because the commissioner is doing a very good job. The whole thing runs within a browser, and it's incredibly lightweight, and it's had a place on my second monitor for weeks now. But honestly, what keeps me coming back? What keeps me checking these weird stats day in and day out? It generates narratives. The interlocking teams and systems that run the behind-the-scenes narrative, the compelling lore written by fans in the deep wiki, the active-as-hell Discord channel that continuously spams out cheers for their favorite team and woes as their favorite team loses. The small amounts of flavor text that is given to you during each game is just enough for your mind to build a mental image of what this alternate universe form of Blaseball is, where strange life forms in the immaterial plane participate in the popular blood sport known as Blaseball. Us as onlookers get to look in and witness as our favorite players die of peanut allergies and other strange occurrences, like a rogue umpire murdering somebody on second base. It's a beautiful thing. Just because it's a recent fad on Twitter to tweet out about your favorite team in Blaseball doesn't mean this is something you should overlook. If you enjoy playing games like Dwarf Fortress, Caves of Cut, and other systems-driven games that can build compelling storylines, this might be of interest to you. If you find yourself staying up late at night and playing Cogmind and watching the little robots moving around in their interlocking patterns as they dig through walls, if you've played through Caves of Cut and done nothing but sat in one spot for hours and simply puffed on a hookah and listened to the ambient music, if you've wandered around in Stalker and watched the different factions shoot at each other, you might like Blaseball, but not for the reasons you think. Blaseball is something special. There really isn't quite anything like it. I think the closest comparison perhaps could be Progress Quest or Cookie Clicker, some other idle game that just runs in the background that you're thinking about. But as cool as Cookie Clicker is, I've never found myself coming up with a narrative in my head about the cookies that I'm generating. With Blaseball, I not only have an image of who is the best team and who has a chance of beating the best team based on the rules that I'm voting for, but I also have this image of these players that it's building. Blaseball is something special, and I love it because I love Dwarf Fortress. If you haven't yet, maybe give this little web-based betting simulator a shot. Because at the end of the day, Blaseball is for everyone, and we are all love Blaseball. You are welcome to play forever and ever and ever. There is no breaks. There is no rest. There is only Blaseball. Seriously though, like, what the heck does clicking these peanuts do?